Okay, so I'm here with Sarah Kelly for Company Theater's production of Legally Blonde that starts on July 29th, and I'm so excited to talk to you today.
I'm so excited to talk to you. This is awesome.
That's good. Good. So what I wanted to get into is the first thing you were excited about when you got the role. Like, what was the first thing that you did?
It's kind of funny because actually the only one called back directly for Elle. And so when I got to the callback, they didn't really have me sing any of the other like sorority girl stuff, and then they had me go straight to doing the duets with the guys and singing for Elle, and I was so surprised. It was like I've never had a callback like that before, where I don't know, it almost like felt like I had the part. And so when the list went up, I was calling all my relatives and all my friends, and I couldn't wait to post on Facebook. Like, it was just like, it really is a dream come true for me, because this is like one of the most incredible roles to play as a female. It's just, Elle Woods is like no one else. She's just incredible.
Well, it's a complicated character because for one instance, she's kind of lighthearted and very optimistic, and on the other hand, she can be very complicated.
Yeah, what she goes through, like this whole journey that she goes through is really like her growing up phase in her life, and it's when she's discovering who she is, and I think everyone can kind of relate to that, and then every girl can relate to that point in her life where she realizes that she has to make a big girl decision, and it's something that it's so inspiring, I think, and she inspires me, honestly.
Who she is completely different who she really is in the show. So you discover a whole new level, a whole new dimension to her as you go along in the show. Now, we talked a little about the audition process. So how did you prepare for the role, and how did you hear about it?
Well, I saw that company was having auditions for Legally Blonde, and I've wanted to be in the show regardless of if I played Elle or one of the sorority girls for years now. I remember me and my cousin would listen to the soundtrack on repeat all day, and it's been a dream of mine to be in the production for a really long time. So once I saw that they were doing auditions, I said, I have to audition. For preparing for the role or the audition, I watched the movie a few times because I really love what Reese does with the character. I think in the musical, she's a little bit more saucy than Reese is. Reese is very classy, and she's adorable, but she has this kind-heartedness about her that is just so pure and innocent that I really love. I want to take a lot of that and put it into the role. So for auditions, I watched the movie, I watched the MTV Live performance of the Broadway show.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
And I read some scenes online from the musical, tried to get the book in my bones. My dad's a pianist, so he helped me a little bit with my audition. We got to shoot music offline, and I sang so much better for my audition because they had to pick a song that's either from the musical or similar to the musical, and so I chose So Much Better, which is so it's like this big whammo number, and it's awesome. It's such a great song. I wanted to show them all I got, and clearly it paid off, so I'm so blessed.
And you had a little bit of a built-in audition practice with your dad.
Yeah, my dad's amazing. He was a music director back in his day. He's actually now the principal at Cardinal Spellman, but he's an incredible musician. I always say he riffs with his fingers. He's like just amazing on the piano. And both my parents are musicians, actually. So my mom's a singer, and my dad used to sing as well, and so I've got the genes.
I know, and you're going to be a junior music theater major at Plymouth State University in the fall.
Yes, I am.
And this is quite a way to spend your summer. Is the whole music thing and everything part of what made you decide to go into musical theater and acting?
Yeah, for sure. I've been singing my whole life. I never really thought I wanted to go to school for it, but once I got to high school and started really getting super serious about it, and I was getting really good feedback from my directors at school and my parents and my relatives and everything. It just kind of encouraged me to really think seriously about going to school for it. I'm so happy I did, because I can't imagine my life any different way now. I enjoy being on that stage more than anything else. It's where I'm meant to be, I think.
Oh. And what was your first moment that you said, I'm going to pursue acting? Was there a moment for you?
Actually, yeah. I wrote my college essay about it.
Oh.
I was doing Physical the Musical, it's such a fun show. It's one of my favorites. I was playing JoJo. I was behind the stage and they were playing the overture before the show went up the first night. And I always get so teary during the overture. It's just like all the songs combined and it's basically like an overview of the show. And so I had so many chills and then I got to start the show. I had like the first line of the show and I just was standing behind the curtain and I was like, oh, this is the best feeling, waiting to go up there. And that's kind of when I was like, I gotta do this, I gotta just stick with this because I'm not gonna be any happier than I am right now, so.
Oh, it is really an addictive feeling.
Oh, for sure.
I know you've been in a lot of great roles before, including the equally lighthearted musical, The Wedding Singer.
Oh yeah, that was a ball.
How was that a little different doing this role?
I've honestly never had a role like this before. I've never had a show where the show was revolved around my life, So that's obviously different. The music for Wedding Singer and Legally Blonde, they're kind of similar because it's very poppy and rocky. But yeah, in Wedding Singer, I played the Cyndi Lauper impersonator and I played Donatella the bride. I got to do little fun snippets, which is almost it's just as fun to do those kind of things because, you contribute to the show in different kinds of ways. Yeah, so it's just I've never had a role like this before. I've never had the lead, really. I've always, I've had big roles before, but never the lead, which is just, it's my dad always says, he's like, those moments don't come all the time, so take it all in and embrace every moment because, you never know when you're going to get this opportunity again, and I really don't, so I'm just kind of taking it all in a step at a time. Now,
this is your first role with the company theater, correct?
Yes.
Now, how's your rehearsals been like? What kind of vibe has it been?
Oh, it's incredible. The people that I'm working with are honestly so wonderful. The directors made me feel so at home right away, and the whole atmosphere of the rehearsals of the company is just very family-oriented, it feels like. They want everyone to be positive and support each other, and we really do. Joining this cast is it's such a blessing because everyone's so supportive and so loving, and I feel like I'm finding lifelong friends, even just in the short months that I've been working with them. So talented and wonderful.
I know that so many people have said that about the company theater, and they've been around for over 35 years, so there's a reason.
It really is a special place. They just want to be there for everyone, and no one wants to have their own agenda, kind of.
Oh, you mean less competitive and more working together?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a team.
Well, that's how it should be, really, if you want a successful show.
Yeah.
So that's great to hear. Any surprises have come up as you're doing this role? What is the most challenging part for you?
I've known the show since I was young, so I kind of knew what I was getting into when I auditioned. However, it's definitely just keeping up the stamina throughout, making it through all those numbers, all those high energy numbers with everything I've got, because, I really can't lose my stamina. I have to keep on keeping on.
So of course we have to talk about Luna as Bruiser the Pooch. What's it been like for you?
I love Luna. She is the cutest little thing. She's such a snuggle bug. She loves to cuddle, and she's doing really well. I think this is her first stage movement. I've never actually worked with an animal before either, so it's different for me, but the directors were saying, it's really important to create a nice bond between you and the dog. Bruiser and Elle's relationship is like no other.
Oh, yes.
So it's important. Well, she's my third cousin, Megan. Megan Ryan is playing Margot, and she has to go to her. She has to actually run to Megan and in one of the scenes, and actually the opening scene. She's doing really well, so we're really proud of her.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear it. All the really famous roles like Dorothy and Annie, they all have a little canine sidekick, so.
Oh, yeah, of course. She's just so cute. She's got the cutest little face. She's so cuddly, and we love her. So it's really fun to have a dog in rehearsals.
But super cute dog, yeah.
Oh, she's precious.
So I've seen both the movie and the musical production before, and it's such a fun, lighthearted show. You feel a little happier than when you arrived. Now, what do you think is the best part of being Elle?
I guess that's a tough question, but I think it's so much fun to have all her persistence and all her confidence, because, you know, as a performer, it's hard sometimes to maintain all that confidence, but she maintains it throughout. You know, she has moments where she's like wounded, and she always finds a way to stay positive. Her constant happiness and her pure love for everyone, treating people with the utmost kindness, and I think it's something that everyone should be inspired by.
What do you think is the best reason for people to come see the show at the Company Theater?
I think that this show in general is just so much fun, and even if I wasn't in it, I would go see it, because it's just so high energy, and it's one of those shows that you just smile at the whole time, and it's so funny. Like, it's really, really funny. You know, some musicals can be like, you feel like you have to laugh at certain lines because they're so corny and you just gotta laugh.
Yeah.
This is like real humor. It's kind of just so much fun to be a part of. I think it's really special. I think it's like a really special cast. And the directors are phenomenal, and they give us enough freedom with our parts. They just are so encouraging. As a whole, this cast just works together beautifully. I think that, you know, our chemistry will really, really show. Such amazing soloists. The girl who's playing Vivian has this incredible voice. The girl who's playing Paulette, they both have just these incredible high belts. Like, they just came out of nowhere to me, and I feel so honored to be working with them.
Oh.
Chris Spencer, who's playing Emmett, he's so phenomenal. His voice is so wonderful. I think everyone's just going to shine, and it's going to be one of those shows that you're not distracted by anyone, because everyone's just really working together as a whole.
It is really kind of a gem in musical theater. What are your future plans? I know you're entering your junior year in the fall. Are there any other projects you're working on?
Yeah. In the fall, I'm going to be in Carrie the Musical with my school. We're putting on Carrie the Musical.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a little different. Less peppy.
Yes.
I'm going to be playing Chris, and she's the mean girl, which is so funny, because she's very opposite from Elle.
Well, it's going to show your dynamic side.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's a really great show. It's very different, but it's got some great numbers, and so I'm excited to do that in the fall. I'm not totally positive about what I want to do when I graduate, but I'm hoping that something falls into my lap, or I'll figure it out as I go along.
Good. Well, you know, you have a great summer ahead of you anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is like, honestly, it's like I said, it feels like a dream.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun talking to you.
I had a lot of fun, too. Thank you so much for the opportunity. This is really fun.